Hi, I'm Paulo Shakarian, CEO and co-founder of Cyricon. Thank you again for taking the time today. Got a really interesting video. We're seeing in today's market there's a lot of talk about prioritizing software vulnerabilities for actions like patching, upgrading, and other remediations. Today's video is going to give you some ideas of what you need to look at when selecting a solution for vulnerability prioritization. So the first criteria that I'll stress is, does the solution include threat intelligence? Because if you want to predict what hackers are going to do and have that prediction feed into your prioritization so you can actually be proactive, you really need an intelligence source as part of the mix. And there have been many peer-reviewed studies that have shown that when you do not include threat intelligence from places like the dark web and deep web and others, that you're generally not going to do better than random guess in terms of prediction. The second big item I would say is, does the solution conform to your workflows? In particular, does it provide an API? We're seeing when we work with customers, this is one of the most important things, because if I talk to 5 different CISOs, there's going to be 5 different approaches to vulnerability management. Your approach to vulnerability management is going to really be based on what's in your enterprise. And also, as we see more contemporary technologies like cloud and IoT start to gain some primacy, that you really need to have strong APIs to manage with the threats to this new type of IT environment, especially when you want to do it more in real time. Okay, the next big thing is, does the solution actually quantify the threat? Now, there's a lot of threat intelligence solutions on the market that might give you information about a vulnerability, but are they taking the next step in analyzing it for you? And what we see is that when you have the information and don't analyze it, and the system can't provide you a quantified readout in terms of likelihood of an event happening, then it really leads to more manual effort. So the next criteria I would say you should look at, and this really gets to the heart of the reason why you need to do prioritization, and that is, does the solution provide you with an adequate level of triage? And so when you look at vulnerability management today, the biggest problem is you're aware of more vulnerabilities than you know what to do with or have the resources to take care of. And so if you have 100,000 vulnerabilities and you can only handle 20,000, having a solution that tells you, hey, look at these 60,000 isn't going to do you much good. And triage is more than just giving you a lower number of vulnerabilities. It's ensuring that when you do so, that lower number of vulnerabilities are the ones that are more likely to be targeted. And it also deals with ensuring that by having a quantified score, that if I take a cutoff at a certain level for vulnerabilities based on my resources, I can be assured that the higher likelihood of an event happening is above that cutoff, and it's not arbitrary. And finally, the fifth criteria I would look at is a solution based on prediction of exploits in the wild? So of course, while it's very important to be tracking the exploits in the wild, really the goal should be to get ahead of that, because no one wants to be one of those companies that's exploited early. And so is it taking in information that's leading, and are the predictions based on that leading information, are they based on exploits in the wild as opposed to something else like POC code or code snippets or whatnot? Those things can be used as indicators, but ultimately the scoring needs to be based on what's actually going to be used in an attack, because that should be what you care about the most. So thanks for watching. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the world of vulnerability prioritization today. I'd say that would be really great if this is something you're in the market for, to check out Cyricon. Our solution is based on threat intelligence and meets the criteria that I just described. So if you find this interesting, please check out our website, and you may want to see if you can sign up for our predictive threat assessment to get a little bit of a taste as to how our clients use our platform. Thank you.